I'm happy that they liked it because it's really very important for people around you to accept you or like what you have. I just let it be because love is a feeling and it stays for as long as you hold on to it. And after a while, when you just choose to let it go and be fine with it, is when things ease out, and it always does, right? Because emotions are again with something that you feel, and from your feelings comes your emotions. So if you get into the moment and you happen to think about something good, bad, ugly, or sad, you happen to bottle up, or you happen to bring out that kind of emotion in you. Yes, at times one does feel misunderstood, but that's okay, because not everyone's going to be having the capability to understand you, or maybe sometimes you don't show yourself off well, or maybe it could be very momentary that one is making his or her judgment. To an extent, yes, a lot of situations that Agastya has gone in his life, goes in the life, are quite a few of those instances have happened with me too in my life, and so I could relate to it. And
Hi Sidharth, how are you? Welcome to Bollywood Bubble. Firstly, many congratulations to the wonderful response to Broken but Beautiful trailer. Uh, you know, what was your major reason, if I may ask, to say yes to the series? Because it also marks your return to fiction after a small sabbatical.
well, very honestly, when I was offered Broken but Beautiful, when we went for the story, and when I heard the story, I just loved the storyline and I could relate to it. And that's actually one of the biggest reasons why I went ahead for the show.
You play Agastya. The character is not as simple. He's vulnerable. He has his angst. He's complex in a lot of ways, right? So, as Siddharth, you have to derive inspiration and maybe tap on a chapter in your life or experience in your life to be able to portray Agastya so convincingly.
To an extent, yes, a lot of situations that Agastya has gone in his life, goes in the life, are quite a few of those instances have happened with me too in my life, and so I could relate to it. And yeah, that was the fun part of it.
You are someone who has been always been surrounded by strong women in your life, be it your mother, be it your sister. So how did they react when they saw the trailer? What was their reaction like? Because people are loving.
Oh, they completely loved it, and I'm happy that they liked it because it's really very important for people around you to accept you or like what you have. And this was again very different to what I've been doing or what I have done. So I wanted to know their reaction, and of course, people out there, at least on my social media account, have taken it well. So it just feels good.
Broken but Beautiful, the show in itself is about being heartbroken but also finding solace in it in a lot of ways. How do you deal with heartbreaks, both professionally and personally, if I may ask?
Well, I just let it be because love is a feeling and it stays for as long as you hold on to it. And after a while, when you just choose to let it go and be fine with it, is when things ease out, and yeah, and it all gets fine. So how do I cope? I just give it some time.
Broken in general is a very emotional sort of a ride. Siddharth, you as a person, you have always tried to hide your emotions. Uh, you're not someone who shows your vulnerability so much to your fans, but sometimes we see it when you perhaps post for your father, or when you writing for your mother. Does it get difficult for you to bottle up all those feelings inside?
It always does, right? Because emotions are again with something that you feel, and from your feelings comes your emotion. So if you get into the moment and you happen to think about something good, bad, ugly, or sad, you happen to bottle up, or you happen to bring out that kind of emotion in you. And so yes, of course, what do you do to cope up with it is you just either choose to be in that zone, or you walk out of it and you move out of it, or you distract yourself and do something else. Yeah.
If I may ask, do you remember the first time you fell in love, and how has your definition of love changed over time?
Yeah, of course I remember the first time I fell in love. And how's my idea? My idea for love has not changed. It's still as beautiful, and it's something that one should always be in.
When you were in the Big Boss house as well, it was mentioned a lot of times by your fans as well that you are someone who is misunderstood a lot. Do you think that has worked against you, maybe in your career wise or personally as well?
Yes, at times one does feel misunderstood, but that's okay, because not everyone's going to be having the capability to understand you, or maybe sometimes you don't show yourself off well, or maybe it could be very momentary that one is making his or her judgment. So like they say, you should actually not be judging people. um, so that's completely all right. You take things with a pinch of salt sometimes, and that's fine.
Are you excited or nervous for Broken But Beautiful? Because obviously the previous two seasons were received really well by the audience.
Very, very excited, nervous at the same time, because one doesn't know how people are gonna, take you, accept you, not accept you, and the kind of job that you want to do, you want it to be different from what you've been doing regularly, and this is different. But for people to accept you, in a different avatar, yes. So yeah, nervous and also excited at the same time.
Siddharth, you have dabbled with television, you've worked on television, you have done reality shows, you have done films, and now, of course, you are debuting on web as well. But what do you prefer more? Because increasingly we have seen that actors prefer OTT over other mediums because it liberates them as actors. What do you prefer more?
No, actually, for me, the medium really doesn't make much of a difference, simply because as an actor, I enjoy my job, and I love acting. And so wherever there's something great that comes my way, I like to go for it. And talking about OTT, yes, it is the next big thing now. And I see a lot of people getting onto it now. And now, unfortunately, for the times that we are in, there is not a lot of content that's there out on television. And so OTT is another way forward, and I just feel it's amazing that there's so much more that you can do in this space. And yeah, and it takes us all in, so that's great. Yeah.
So that lastly, what is your message to all the fans?
Yes, guys, I guess we all need to stay home. I know it just gets slightly boring at times, and it gets frustrating at times, but we don't have a choice. The pandemic's huge, and also that, at this point, we haven't learned much about the virus. So we see it's best that we stay indoors and really not get out that much. And yeah, and not just for our safety, just for the safety of everybody at home. It's best that we stay in, and just stay glued to OTT.
Thank you so much, Siddharth, for talking with me on Bollywood Bubble, and all the very best for you.
Hi, this is Sidharth Shukla, and you're watching me on Bollywood Bubble.